So this is gonna be 5 golden rings. That's for Friday. And we are going to switch that to be more shoulder and a little bit of core focused. So the concept is being able to pick your rip. After every station that you get to though, just like Circles of Shred, you have to go back in and you have to do this section. So this is going to be a race. So make it a fun competition. You and your partner decide whoever wins the most curb to curb sprint races owes the other a shake and a tea at TMP. But what we're gonna do is you're gonna go curb to curb. So from that curb, so they'll walk over to that curb and they're basically going to sprint to this curb and then they will walk it back. So if it is too cold there, I will have you a modification in the notes, but I think it's going to be really nice weather on Friday. So that's gonna be that. And then your circles, we're gonna start from the back. We're gonna do seated barbell press, 7 by 7. So he's gonna be seated on a bench. You're gonna have barbells out. I would have barbells that start with 2.5s on each side. I would have some that have 5s, 7.5, 10s, and then I would grab a couple of 35s and maybe a 45. They can get heavier if they want, but it's 7 by 7. And so what he's going to do, he's going to have his hands a little bit wider and shoulder width apart. His elbows and his wrists are aligned. And he's gonna take that all the way overhead. What you're gonna be looking for, a couple of things, is having their elbows flared out like this, or having their arms and their wrists actually flared out like this, okay? He's gonna get 7, good overhead press for 6 and 7, and then I'm gonna get 7. We're gonna do that for 7 rounds, okay? And then we're gonna move over to the black boxes. You're gonna have light weights here, okay? So partner number 1 has the clock, and they're gonna be doing rear delt single arm flies, which I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Partner number 2 is just gonna be on the ground in a plank position doing slow shoulder taps. So single arm rear delt flies. He's gonna have one leg on a bench. He's gonna have his back straight. He's going to have his wrist facing in. So this is gonna just help protect the shoulder. His elbow is gonna be almost straight and he's not going back. He is going almost straight out. The straighter that elbow gets, the more rear delt you're going to feel, okay? So this is not a bent reverse fly where he's squeezing here. He's using all of this guy up here. So he's gonna hit 11 and he's gonna hit 12 and then he's not done. He's gonna go ahead and he's gonna switch and he's gonna get 12 on his left side for 11 and 12. And then I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do the same thing while he's shoulder tapping, and we're gonna do that for 4 rounds each person. Remember, every time they complete a circuit, they've gotta go in to do that curb to curb sprint race, okay? First station, that can be done on the gray, okay? So partner number 1, they're gonna be doing dead bug. So a dead bug, think about your shoulders staying raised, arms and your legs start all together like a dead bug. Think about opposite leg goes down and opposite arm goes back. So if my right leg is going down, my left arm goes back. Meet back at the center. Left leg goes down, right arm goes back. You're gonna do this for 40. So that's 38, 39, and 40. Meanwhile, your partner is in an ab slow pulse. So she's crunched up and she goes down, up, down, up. So it is a slow and controlled crunch, okay? But she's not ever going here. She's staying in that crunch position. Your dead bug has the clock. So as soon as the dead bugger gets 40, then they'll switch. I'll do my dead bugs. While they're ab pulsing, they're gonna do 30s, 20s, 10s. Okay. 4 is gonna be right up at the front. And so the movements will be windmills to lat raise pulse. So part number 1 is gonna grab a windmill. His elbows, he's gonna start from the hips, okay? His wrists are facing out. He's gonna basically go from his IT band all the way up. So he's not going in front of him. We don't wanna use any momentum there. His wrists are facing out. He's gonna get 19, 20, and 21. Meanwhile, part number 2, he switched, now he's Brittany Allen. He's going to go into a lat pulse. So you're basically in a lat raise and you're pulsing about no more than 2 inches, okay? It's a small baby pulse, just like so. I would not recommend any heavier than 2.5s for ladies, maybe 5s to 8s for the fellas, okay? The windmill has the clock, so he would just be pulsing until I've gotten my 21 windmills, and then we would switch. The rep count goes 21s each, 14s each, 7 each, 14 each, 21 each. Remember, you're always reporting back to this circuit in between your active circuits.
Woo-hoo.